Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Anna, Alchemist of the Arts. Whether you are new or whether you were returning, then thank you for being here. Welcome. This is a new moon reading. It is what message have I been missing right now? This could be an intuitive message, guidance from your own guides and ancestors, something that you feel, especially if you're dealing with situations perhaps where you just feel like you've missed something, where you've not seen something, or you just need a bit of extra guidance or assistance or support. As always, please take into consideration my readings are a read of the current energy. I don't do hard and fast predictions into the future, simply for the fact that I believe we are all so powerful and time is so fluid that we can make a decision in any moment that can change the course of where we are, that can shift the energy. Thus is the nature of the quantum universe that we live in. So with that in mind, there are 3 piles to choose from today. We have pile number 1, which is this beautiful piece of rainbow moonstone. And it's got the most beautiful sparkles in here. I don't even think you can see them on the camera. Pile number 2, which is bloodstone. And pile number 3, which is tourmalinated quartz. Excuse me if you can hear my dog. She loves it when I do readings. So take as long as you need to tune into the energies that feel right for you. There might be multiple messages here for you today. You might be guided to watch more than one pile. As always, if there is something that you don't like, that doesn't sound right, these are general readings, so it might not be a message for you. You don't have to take it. You can actively reject anything you don't like. Never allow a reading to make you feel bad, because it might be a message for somebody else and not for you. So with that in mind, and as always, all my information is in the description box below. If you would like a personal reading, they are available. Have to get that one in there. So take as long as you need. If you need to pause the video, feel free to do that. Take a deep breath, see which piles are calling to you, and I will see you in your reading. The timestamps will be in the description box. Okay, this is for everyone who picked pile number 1 then. You were drawn to the beautiful piece of rainbow moonstone today, and I'm so gutted I can't show you the beautiful sparkles in this, but it is absolutely exquisite. So this is the message that you're missing right now. Just so this could be confirmation of something that you're receiving but not picking up, or whichever way, hopefully it will make sense as we go through. Okay, we've got Frisky. Now this speaks of a holy place, a place of it's a place of worship, a place of beauty, a place where the Landvettir, the spirits in Norse mythology, where they would dwell. It's a place, it's like a holy space outside. Now this could be anywhere for you, but it also speaks of healing. Why do people make pilgrimages to sacred sites, to beautiful sites outside? They go to feel something of a magnitude greater than what they experience perhaps in their daily lives. There's a few different things that I'm getting here. The first message I'm getting that you might be missing is to look at the bigger picture, to literally zoom out, take a look around you. If we get really hyper-focused, hyper-fixated, laser-focused into a situation, into a problem, sometimes the solutions or resolutions cannot come in because we're just so stuck in there. And you know that's not always the best place for us to be. The second thing I'm getting, the second channel message I'm getting, is that for some of you, you haven't been prioritizing yourself. You've been neglecting yourself almost, and you need some time to rest. You need some time to heal. Perhaps you need to get some fresh air. For some of you, especially if you've been working inside, you've been working in an office, worse still, you've been at home, and you might not. For some of you, somebody hasn't left their home in days, and you just really might need some fresh air, some breathing space. And another message, some of you literally might need breathing space in a situation if it's feeling restrictive, constrictive, like it's gotten on top of you. Okay, so I'm going to start with some tarot. I'm just going to go with where I feel called today. And we'll just see what comes through. I do read this deck upright and in the reverse, and I'm going to clarify it with a deck that I only deal in the upright, but it is it's my favourite deck, and it'll flip if it wants to. I'm going to put them back because I haven't even asked yet. Pile 1, please. What message has pile 1 been missing? What does pile 1 need? Interesting. What message has pile 1 been missing? What message has pile 1 been missing? Okay. There is some kind of situation here. Naturally, everyone's got some kind of situation. I'm just reading the energies. There's multiple people involved in this situation, and there's multiple different opinions and perspectives is what I'm getting. And these two people are not confronting each other. There could be a situation in your life that you are not, people aren't talking. You might actively be ignoring somebody. You know, it's like the King of Wands here is just looking way off into the distance. There's a few different things here. Okay, for some of you, there could really, the message you're missing could be that actually a little bit of space and a little bit of a break could be a really positive thing. It gives the potential for a new emotional beginning, but the message you're missing, I don't think you're necessarily seeing it this way. If there's some kind of distance separation, or I'm going to say stagnancy, or a difficulty in communication between two people, and it could be in any situation. It could be friends, could be family, could be siblings. You know, it doesn't have to be romantic. There could be potential for a new emotional beginning. What does that mean? It means that there's a chance to discuss things, a chance to see things differently. And I think the not seeing differently is one aspect. Not seeing things the same way and being able to see this situation from a different perspective is really going to be one of those important factors. And I think the message that you might be missing is this bit of space, to some time away, some time to focus on yourself, to clear your head, could be really, really important and very, very vital. Second message, there is a level of inner stagnancy some of you might be feeling or experiencing, where it almost feels like a situation you're stuck in that's not bringing you any emotional fulfillment. With the 9 of Cups in the reverse, you're not very pleased about a situation, you're not very pleased about how something has gone, and yet for some reason you feel like you're stuck there. And yet there is the King of Wands on the table with the Ace of Cups not quite upright in between. And again, I'm getting, for some of you, this is really connected to work or an opportunity. There was something that you perhaps missed out on that didn't quite come through. And what you're not seeing is that bigger picture again. It's being so hyper-focused on what you missed out on that you're not seeing what's coming. And it's like the King of Wands in this regard is looking over into the distance, and he's just like, you know, watching way over here, and this dude's focused. He's got his head down in the dumps, and in the middle, the universe is like, oh, there's a gift. But it feels like you're just not seeing it, not accepting it, not ready to take it. Perhaps bottom of the deck, yes, a level of impatience. Perhaps it's. For some of you, you could be manifesting something, and the universe is just saying to you, this is a reminder that things will come in their appointed time. Sometimes wheels are in motion, wheels have to turn, and this is a message that you cannot force things sometimes to come any quicker. It could be impatience. Some of you, this is about a car. Interesting. There's a level of impatience here about a car or issues with a car of some kind. But more importantly, it feels like the universe is trying to say to you, don't be impatient. If you're being given breathing space from a situation, whatever it is right now, whether it was that you didn't get the opportunity that you want, whether there is a level of separation or miscommunication between you and somebody else, don't be impatient with the time that you've been given now. It's come to you for a reason. It's come to give you some breathing space, an opportunity to heal, to reflect, and to see things differently. And that can end up being one of the most vital times that we have in our lives. And the things we don't realize until we reach the end of it, why it had to happen. And that's why it's really important to try and come back to the present moment as much as possible, and not dwell too much in the past or in the future, because there is literally nothing we can do in either of those spaces other than what we're doing right now. So any time that you have right now, try and see it as the gift. That might be the message that you're missing, and the universe just wants to give you that little nudge that there is a gift here, and you're just not fully seeing it. And that's completely natural. It is completely natural when we're in a state where we don't feel like we have what we want, or we're not receiving what it is that we feel due, or if we're feeling impatient about things that haven't yet arrived. But it truly is a gift. All time is a gift. Okay. Yeah, for some of you, it's like waiting on communication. Waiting on news of something, waiting on news of some kind, waiting on, yeah, some kind of message. Okay, let's get these energies. I'm hoping you can see all of those just about. Excuse dog. Okay, no, the light wants to be there. There could definitely be some kind of blocked or delayed communication. And it's almost like somebody is just not even looking. No, you know, I'm getting sort of ghosty vibes here, but I'm also getting, because I don't like to make everything just about love. People have all kinds of different situations and things they're waiting to hear about. For some of you, it's like you could be waiting to have a response from somebody that you've not yet received in a professional capacity. You could be waiting to hear about a job that's come through more than once. You could be waiting for an approval of some kind financially. And it's like just waiting for this to drop. And there's this level of frustration here, this level of impatience that's not yet been received. The universe is calling you to trust. That might be the message that you've missed in that respect. Whatever's going on, though, always trust that the universe is working in your favor, and things are working out in rooms that you don't get, don't have eyes to see in. If things have felt quite stuck, okay, there is an element here, and this might be your energy if there's more than one energy present, and if you're feeling like somebody is has not been open or responsive, or yeah, I think open's the word. If somebody's felt open, there could actually be a level of you feeling closed off. There's something that you're holding on to, or something that somebody is holding on to now, and it's just become a burden. And this is literally a message to say, do you know what? Sometimes it's okay to let things go. Sometimes the way things change is by just letting something go. Now, obviously, certain things, it's not my place to tell you what's worthy of being let go and what you should hold on to. It's completely relevant to your situation, but sometimes we hold on to things, and that literally keeps a situation stuck, because in our energy, we're still in that place of this huge, massive burden, and we just never free ourselves. And this is literally saying to me, if you want to experience some peace, this inner peace, a new emotional beginning, a new financial beginning, an apology for some of you, sometimes you really do have to let go of what it is that you're holding onto. And even if that's just to have a conversation, because it does feel like a conversation, whatever's going on right now feels like that time and that space where you are in waiting, and that waiting can cause us to feel impatient. There is a lot of assurance here that good things are going to happen, that there is going to be movement, potentially quite quick movement with the Knight of Swords. And you might well receive what it is that you want in terms of, if it's an apology of some kind, with the Page of Cups here. and communication, but also a potential for new emotional beginnings and new financial beginnings, which is really, really positive. But it does require you, in one way, to let go of some kind of emotional baggage that you may have been holding on to, that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you from feeling like you're good enough, worthy enough, that it's keeping you from feeling happy or satisfied. You know, we don't have the hangman here on the table, but I'm definitely getting the message you might be missing is more of a perspective that you might be not seeing right now. And it might well be that you don't see that until after reparations or contact or communication, or you hear that everything's going to be okay. And sometimes in that space, the only thing that we can do is assure ourselves that no matter what, things will be okay. And that everything, affirm to ourselves that things do work out for us, that things can work out for us. And to try not to be impatient and appreciate that sometimes wheels have to move. And just take a moment and calm yourself and try and go and do something that you enjoy. Go to a healing space, something that makes you feel healed. That could be football, that could be going to, going out for drinks with your friends. It doesn't have to be out in nature. It's what makes you feel healed, what makes you feel like yourself. Bring yourself back to yourself again and let this burden, whatever it is, even for a short time, try and let it go. And you might well see quick movement when you finally bring yourself to that point of just letting it go. Because life is there to be lived and enjoyed, and there are blessings definitely coming in for you. It just feels like a matter of right now accepting that this is how things are, and that little bit of peace and patience is going to get you to where you want to be. I really, really hope this helps you, Pile 1. As always, personal readings are available if you would like to contact me or check out my Etsy. But just sending you all my love, and I will see you in another reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, Pile 2. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. This is what message are you missing right now? You were called to the Bloodstone today. Now, this is a stone I don't use very often in readings. It speaks to me of calming certain, it can speak of calming blood issues, digestive issues, but I'm getting a sense of nervousness here. I'm getting that you have a sense of nervousness about something that you might have been feeling or experiencing, or a situation that you might not feel in control of. So we'll get this card and then I'm going to do some tarot for you. And as always, only take what resonates. You do not have to accept any part of a reading that you don't like. Please don't ever let anything take away from you or what you're doing or who you are. You are in complete control. Okay, we've got Soul. Now, it came out in the reverse. I'm getting here that there is potentially an ending of a cycle, or a cycle that's been something that's been cycling through that might have made you feel uncomfortable. It feels almost like nearing the end of something. And I say this because Soul is obviously representative of the sun, the goddess of the sun. Now, interestingly, in Nordic mythology, Soul is female, and typically in most other mythos, the moon is female and the sun is male, and interestingly it's opposing in Nordic mythology. This feels very much like a shifting cycle, a shifting time in your life, a time that actually needs to be honoured and valued, but for some reason it's causing a sense of nervousness, and it feels like a sense of transition. You could find yourself leaving something behind, and this change involves leaving something behind, an identification of self, a relationship, definitely something that once truly, and it's not to say it doesn't matter to you anymore, but something that truly really meant everything to you. And it certainly could be an idea of self that then embracing something new, venturing into something new, a new place. Perhaps you're relocating, perhaps you're studying and retraining. It feels like this new beginning, whatever this is opening you to something. But at the moment, all you can see is the past or what didn't work out. And sometimes when we are faced with change, it's terrifying because we want to feel familiar. We want to be where, or doing what feels familiar, but that can keep us stuck, and feeling stuck can be very familiar and it can annoy us to the nth degree, but it's safer than being and doing something different when actually all that you want to do is that something different. Let's see what comes through for you. Yeah, some of you definitely could be relocating, moving house. You could have found your dream house perhaps, or you could even be looking at moving country, but there is something here that feels really important to you. Interesting, because now we've got the moon. Let's get out again. Knight of Pentacles, one more please. That's not one. One more please. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Yeah. It's like there's something that you know you need to do. There is some kind of change. There is some kind of huge potential here, and that I'm getting so many different messages. For some of you, it's a change you know you need to make. For some of you, it's an opportunity you know you need to seize. For some of you, you haven't even spoken to your nearest and dearest people about this yet, and it's just been this very quietly hidden, held dream, possibility, ambition that you've been holding on to. But I feel like things have happened, wheels are in motion, and all of a sudden it's like you've pulled your energy back and gone, I don't know if I can do this. But this is a potential for shift. It's a potential for growth. The message that you haven't been getting is it, or haven't been seeing, haven't been fully receiving, yes, is that sometimes this change is exactly what we need to build. Sometimes it's that death of the old self, of the old patterns, the old habits, the old ways, the old place, the old house. And I don't mean a literal death here, but the ending, the closing of a door, the closing of a chapter that allows us to fully immerse ourselves in the beginning of the new. And I'm getting here that with the Eight of Wands in the reverse, it's the only card in the reverse here, which for this deck is actually quite rare. And that's why I love to use this deck, because it's just my absolute truth. No, they're all truthful, but there's no nonsense with it. It's almost like you were pushing forward and you see the potential here. There is something that you've really been working towards, and it almost feels like for some of you it could have been a job or something that you applied for and you didn't think you were going to get it, and then you got it, and then you were like, now what do I do? Now I've got the potential to do something huge. I've been waiting for this for such a long time, and now it's here. What do I do? For some of you, it really could involve relocating abroad. For some of you, it could involve relocating, you know, within your country, but still being a big move. And I think the message that we got in the very beginning about just staying in the same place can feel very comfortable, very familiar, but it doesn't get us to where we need to be. It doesn't get us to where we want to go. You know, the Knight of Pentacles, he moves slowly, but he is the most sure-footed and steadfast knight in all of the deck. I'm very drawn to the fact that we have this repeated pathway here. It is almost like you're choosing a new path, the end of this cycle, whatever it might be for you. Whether it is emotional and deciding to leave something behind you, or whether it is more connected to your physical world, your job, your home, it really does feel like you are taking, this is a bold move into, and it'll be different for everybody. So for some of you, it could be a new job, it could be retraining, it could be going back and doing something that you feel you should be past by now. And you could be telling yourself, but this just feels like going backwards, but it's going to get you to where you want to be. And the message that you're missing is not even about, let me be conscious of how I put this. Your guides want you to remember your end goal, where it is that you're going. And realizing and remembering that end goals are like these pentacles, and we work towards them and walk towards them, we achieve them, and we keep building and we keep going, and the castle, the castle becomes an even bigger castle, and we add more turrets and we add more walls and everything else, and you can keep building. And that they want you to be unafraid of what comes next, just because there are unknowns. They really want you to embrace and remember this bigger picture, this dream that you have, the end goal, or the goal that you want to reach to, especially if you're feeling like things are tough at the moment. But again, a message for somebody out there, when it feels like everything's falling apart, sometimes things are breaking apart so that they can come back together. And it's like that tower moment where things have to kind of come apart so that it can be rebuilt in a different way. But it's always rebuilt stronger and better. I'm just going to take a little flip. The Magician, the Seven of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands in the upright, the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. I like that the Eight of Wands has come out in the upright this time, especially with that Five of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles next to it. You've been through things, man. You've been through certain situations. You have life skills and experience and wisdom that you have not yet tapped into. You might feel like people have been doubting you. You might be doubting yourself, but I'm getting, you might just have been going against, and I don't mean going against them, but having to work against other people's limitations of you. And it feels like it's taken a lot of inner strength to really bring yourself back to the place of, no, I can move forwards. I can move forwards. For some of you, I'll be completely straight with you, it's that energy of like having built things up, having really fought for something, having had to drag yourself out of a really difficult place, only perhaps to find things didn't work out the way you expected, and to go back to square one almost, and feeling really dejected and like, I cannot believe this situation, I cannot believe I ended up here again, I can't believe this didn't work out. But what they want to assure you is that if this were a cycle, you come back to the Magician, your victory will come. Your victory is in the skills and the knowledge and the wisdom that you've acquired, because this cycle doesn't always end with the Five of Pentacles. It can end with the Ten of Pentacles. And I feel like whatever this cycle is ending, you're not ending it the same way as you did before. Whether it is love, whether it's friends, whether it's a house or a situation that you've outgrown, whether it's a job, a career, a new career path, deciding to go out alone and do things for yourself, whether it is moving to a different country. You're going into it this time with so much freshly found wisdom, so much more experience. No matter how things go, there isn't nothing in this world is truly black or white. There is so many different shades of you in between. And it's a reminder that everything that you can gain as wisdom and as experience is a victory. And a new cycle begins, which feels like a really positive and empowering place to be, if I'm honest with you. I'm just going to get a couple more cards. Pile 2, please. What's the message that they've not been seeing? Yeah. The Queen of Pentacles, she just knows. She's just really calm. She's really secure. She knows that she has the ability to do things, to create, to generate wealth, to see dreams realized. She is very, very calm. And that's the energy I'm feeling from this reading, is to come to a place of calm, and embrace this new cycle. Yeah, so much cups energy here. Look, all cups. There definitely could have been disappointments in the past, disappointments, but this is a reminder that you always have a choice. We have choices. We have choices to start again. Choices about which eggs to put our basket in, whether we're going to split them up, whether we're going to try different things. Nobody's holding you to anything that you do permanently okay, that sounds like really bad advice. In terms of like career and things, if you've trained in something, you went to university or, completed some sort of educational training to do a particular thing, and then you decided that it wasn't for you, you don't have to be stuck in this Four of Cups forever. You can literally embrace a new cycle. You can shift the tide for you. You can decide that you're going to try again. You're going to try something new. You don't have to stay in one place. And for love, if this was about love for you, then there is potential for reconnection, but it's remembering that you've got choices. You have the choice about whether you look for someone new or stay with what you have known. Just a reminder that all the power is in your hands, Paltu. You do have choices. And you are this magician. You are going to have your victory and things will work out for you. I truly hope this assists you. Personal readings are available. Just sending you all my love, Paltu. Take care. Bye-bye. Either pile 3, if you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were drawn to the tourmalinated quartz today. This is super powerful for protecting, clearing negative energy, particularly around things that you were perhaps growing, things that you were trying to achieve and do. As always, this reading is a general reading, so please only take what resonates. Please never allow a reading to take away from you, from your peace of mind, from your well-being, from your mood. You can actively reject it if you so wish, if you don't like what you hear, or if it doesn't feel like it's right for you. I'm going to turn this card over and we'll get some channeled messages, and then I will do some tarot. And the theme of this reading is messages that you haven't picked up on from your guides. Instantly, I don't feel like you have been valuing yourself in whatever dynamic that you've been in. Sorry, that's cut straight to the quick there. Manas in reverse is the rune of self, the rune of mankind. It's the way in which we show up to the world, to the people around us, the way in which we display ourselves, the way in which we know and value ourselves in the world around us. And it almost feels like you have been questioning and doubting yourself. But I also feel like at the expense of yourself, like other things may have come up, other things may have felt more important. For some of you, the message I'm getting is that all that glitters isn't gold. And it almost feels like you lost yourself for a little while, perhaps. Perhaps you've been feeling a little bit lost, and you kind of lost yourself a little bit to the distractions of life, to... I'm getting really strongly like social media. Maybe you kept looking at other people and thinking, wow, they've got this all sorted out, their entire lives all worked out, and what am I doing? And this is a message that they want to pick you up and remind you of who you are. Let's get your tarot. You guys don't want you to lose sight of who you are and all that you've created and all that you do. For pile 3, please. What does pile 3 need to know? Okay. Yeah, there's definitely not been a fair balance here at all. Mm. These have all come out in pairs. It's really interesting. Okay. I'm going to put these two up there. I feel like we need one more. And then the bottom of the deck. Nope, they came out as a pair again. Okay, I'll be honest with you. The energy I'm getting is that we've got different people's energies on the table. Yeah, there's comes... Okay, so I feel like we've got you in the midst here. And then a whole load of different emotions that you could have been feeling and experiencing. And then we've got some other people's energy woven in too. You could very much be a fixed sign. Yeah. One of the fixed signs. I can't remember all of them. Yes, I can. We can do this. Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius are all fixed signs. You might be feeling very much like you are in the thick of something and you don't know which way to go. You're not rushing to take any action. And I feel like you're kind of just stuck here with these knives in your back, not knowing which way to go, which way to turn. Life could have felt really difficult in a lot of ways. There could have just been a lot of different circumstances. And I'm just getting a few things could have come at you from different angles in different aspects of your life. For the way these came out in pairs, they all feel kind of specific. But they're all telling the same story. So I definitely feel like there was some kind of situation where this does feel more like a bit more relationship based than the other two piles have. However, this could be connected to work. There is some sort of commitment, some sort of opportunity. Somebody may not have been treating you very fairly. Somebody, if I'm just going to be out and blunt with it in the way that I talk, somebody could have royally taken the piss out of you in terms of you putting in far more effort than you have received back. And that could have it could have made you feel really disappointed. And I almost feel like you're looking at this person and you really respected this person. And you're just stood here with these two pentacles like, hang on a minute, what's going on here? And this person has not showed up and behaved in the way that you anticipated. And that's actually left you feeling really disappointed. But not only that, it's left you with a whole load of things to juggle, which has really left and weighed on you, which is why you're now feeling like, what do I even do here? I am lying on the floor. I'm exhausted. This person is worried about what you're going to say, because I feel like there could have been some kind of argument. You could have hit a breaking point. And if this is connected to love, it feels like this person is actually looking at you and saying to you, please don't walk away. Like, please don't bail out on this, because I know that's what you want to do. And it is. And it's like you're looking and you're thinking about it, and they sense that, but you're not taking the action. You're not taking the action. It's like you're in that space, and with the judgment, yeah, you feel stuck for some reason. You are not feeling in your greatest energy, perhaps. Maybe you feel really stuck and you feel like you don't have options. Maybe it's like you feel, if this is work, it's like they are not treating me the way I need to be treated. But you know what? I've got all of these things that I've got to juggle. I've got all of these 10 swords that I've got to keep spinning to stop them from landing in me. I need this job. I need the money. And actually this person is like, I know they're not going to walk away, so I can actually kind of get away with this. And I'm not saying that's for everybody. I'm just picking up on different energies here. And in another respect, I feel like you're thinking about walking away, but for some reason, something is keeping you where you want to be. And actually, for a lot of you, you've kept these feelings completely to yourself, and I don't think this other person knows how you feel. With the moon here, we've got more Scorpio energy. The moon and the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. You could be feeling so let down and and let down's the word, because I'm just getting again, you really respected this person, and it's like they have massively undervalued and overstretched you, whether that's romantic or whether that's in a professional couple. It could be a friend as well, you know, somebody that's perhaps taken of you. I don't want to say taken from you, because that implies kind of that theft of some kind, because I feel like what you've done is given of yourself willingly in a very loving way, and actually it's just left you feeling depleted, and it's left you feeling less than yourself, and for as much as you want to perhaps walk away, for whatever reason, maybe you don't feel like you've got the strength, maybe you don't feel like you can. And I don't think this other person actually knows how you feel, because I think you've been keeping yourself to yourself, keeping those emotions to yourself. And this is a reminder that please don't ever suffer alone. You know, if you need to speak to somebody, there is always someone that can listen, that you can talk to, that will understand. Please never be on your alone in your struggles. If you are struggling, all over the world there are people that can help, people that you can talk to, and sometimes the only way through situations like this is to be honest and have an honest conversation. And with judgment here, you know, it could be time for that. I'm sure another one flipped. Yeah. Some of you could be worried about the home, worried about where you're going to end up. For some of you, yeah, it could be a matter of walking away and being like, well, where am I going to end up? Or perhaps you've reached something. Perhaps you've realised something, and then it's like, actually, I don't think this is really what I want. Again, it could be a career kind of a thing. The message you could be missing. Let's get some more clarity on that. You don't have to carry this burden all by yourself. Yes. Okay. The message I'm getting is, like, it takes two to tango. Sometimes it takes way more than that in a situation. You do not have to singularly stop a ship from sinking. You know, you could probably try, and it will probably take you down with it. And, you know, we've got these ships here. You cannot be all things to all people at all times and not end up drained and depleted, unfortunately. The message you might be missing, and I've made this, I'm sorry if this is like super heavy and feels really intense, but for somebody needs this message. For some of you, it could be that you're just feeling really burnt out and not appreciated by the people in your life, whoever they are. And this is a reminder, do you know what? You cannot do this all the time. Yeah, you might have, maybe you just need to go out. For some of you, it could be way more serious than that. But some of you need to just have a little bit of fun and remind yourself what fun is. For some of you, it's reminding you who you are, your value, your worth, and that when you honor yourself, that will be reflected to you through the world around you. I do definitely feel like there is somebody that you looked up to, that you respected, that has not shown up for you. And I do feel like that maybe they do need to be told this. As always, if you decide to do that in your calmest, most loving way. The energy that I'm getting is that you will literally just put up until you explode. And actually, sometimes we need to preempt that isn't the healthiest way for us to express ourselves. This person genuinely might not realize how you're feeling, and the only way is to openly express that. But seriously, in all regards, life is for enjoyment. Life is for living, with the Three of Cups here, and you cannot spend all your time fixing other people's holy ships if they're not going to do it themselves. Absolutely, the message you're missing is that you cannot carry all of this weight by yourself. We've got Temperance and Judgment and the Ten of Swords out again. Some of this you're going to have to let go of when you feel ready, and I feel like that comes through a conversation. With Judgment and Temperance here, it feels very much like a healing conversation, a conversation that brings about resolution, that brings about an opportunity for healing. That means that you're not just stood here stuck with all of these swords. looking out to sea at the ship that you were trying to stop from sinking on your own. You can't do it all by yourself. Do ask for help. Reach out to people. There is always somebody that can help. Yes. I feel like you've got to do this all by yourself. And your guides really want you to know that you're not alone. You don't have to do this by yourself. That's a really interesting mixed bag of energies. The Seven of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Some people may be playing on your better nature. You might be a very calm person in demeanour until somebody literally pushes you to the point of breaking. But the King of Swords here, there is a knowing within you. There is an intelligence that I think is perhaps underestimated by people around you. An intelligence of any kind, an awareness, a knowingness that this situation is not okay. And this person that's taking the piss, wandering off with all these swords, you don't just have to sit there and be the calm, plainly faced Queen of Pentacles about it. You don't have to be, the King of Swords will be very clear to the point in expressing himself. And I feel like whatever situation you might be dealing with, getting really clear and expressing that first is where you need to begin. And that could be with yourself about how you're feeling, and then to the people around you. Pile 3, I hope this assisted you. Personal readings are available. Just sending you all my love. Take care. Bye-bye.